everybody, thank you very much for watching this vlog. It is all about volunteering. I'm Rhys from Autistic Minds, and it is my pleasure today to give you some insights into volunteering experiences and what they taught me. I would like to go into two opportunities that I've been lucky enough to have volunteering. Firstly, I was a gallery assistant for an Egyptology museum. My job was to research exhibits on ancient Egypt and inform visitors who asked about them. I was a bit shy at the time. I was about 15, 16. I was a bit of a shy kid, so the prospect of facing the public and talking to them about Egyptology was quite a daunting one for me at the time. But I had a prior interest in Egyptology. Mummies are cool, aren't they? So are Egyptian gods and scarab beetles, amongst other things. And what the job kind of taught me was that the best jobs that are out there are the ones that are shaped around the subjects that I have spent the most time learning about. What also helped hugely was the sensory environment in the museum. The lighting was wonderful. It wasn't too bright. It was very relaxing, actually, and many people may not think that kind of helps people in a job, but it sure helped me to recharge when I needed to. What also helped was quiet spaces. There were many times where the museum was quite quiet, not many people in it. And I used those times to learn a bit more about the exhibits and just refocus and recharge my brain on what needed to be done for the rest of the day. I can get distracted quite easily by people, by sounds, by conversations, by bright colours. So having environments that are completely the opposite of that enables my brain to recharge. I would like now to go into my second role in volunteering. I was lucky enough to have a placement in the Special Educational Needs Department of a sixth form college. My basic role was to help the students in any way that I could, help them structure essays, do presentations. I'd never ever worked in education before to that point, and even though I had a lot of experience in education through my education in university and getting a master's, and also being in an SEN unit for a lot of my life myself, I found that what might work for me may not work for a student that I was working with. And finding that method to help the student, being able to identify what kind of social cues they like to use from time to time, that was daunting in and of itself, and that's even without talking about what kind of social cues my fellow teachers used or interacted with people by. The sensory environment was also a big challenge. A lot of conversations in classrooms. I found that quite distracting at first, and even when it's not a distraction, my brain is still processing those interactions, which means that I got mentally fatigued much easier than non-autistic and dyspraxic people. But what I found helped me the most when I was in that placement was the help and support of my other teachers. They gave me sound advice on how to interact with students. They would show me how they would help students structure essays, and how they operated was something that I did my best to analyse and either use myself or edit those ways and find my own way of interacting with students. I found that method, that input from my fellow teachers, it complemented my many years experience of being a student in an SEN unit. From primary school to the end of secondary school, I was in an SEN unit. I had quite a bit of life experience on what it was like to be on the other side of support, and I found that those methods complemented that wonderfully. And it had a massive impact on me going forwards, and it indeed has a massive impact on my life as it continues today. I gained experiences of teaching on a master's course, my master's course in autism, and it made those experiences much easier than they otherwise would have been. It gave me a lot of confidence in my talks, especially talks that took place in schools and universities, given quite a few over the years, and I think it's about, it's about 11 years since I delivered my first talk. I feel old. But those talks were a lot more enjoyable because of the experiences that I gained in the Egyptology Museum and working in the SEN unit. And it's even got me thinking about someday even teaching in a university setting. It is one of my main goals to teach hopefully about autism in a university someday, and I feel these experiences help lay the foundations for me being able to function in a role like that. Thank you very much for listening to my video, and I hope you're all having a great week. Thanks.